Welcome back to another episode of Sip the Tally Films. I'm your host, Coach Evans, and today we're gonna give our recap of the Ravens' 1-point loss to Jacksonville Jaguars, which within itself is a travesty. Looking at our schedule, everybody's under 500 with the exception of the Bengals, and a lot of people wrote off a lot of these 3-7 teams, now 4-7 teams that we had to play. But based off what I see on film every week, I know that none of these games are cakewalks, and Sunday just proved that. And just get into it. I wrote some notes down, so you'll see me glance down at my notes. What did Kenyon Drake do to only get 2 carries? Like, where did he go wrong? What did I miss that only warranted him getting 2 carries in this game Sunday? He was playing pretty decent ball. Gus is coming back from an injury. Gus got about 15 or 16 carries. Kenyon Drake only got 2. Did I miss something? Did he fumble? Did he do something in practice? Did he curse somebody out? What did I miss? Help me out in the comment section. Next, Lamar had some good throws and some bad throws. He completed 50% of his passes, but he had about 5 to 7 drops in there. And I'm gonna go back and count the drops up myself. Some passes that are not going to be called drops, that I'm going to call them drops. 2 that I can think of in particular was Mark Andrews' pass, where he was defended by Arden Key, and then Oliver's pass in the end zone that hit both his hands. I'm going to count both of those as drops. So Lamar had a decent game. When you miss some bunnies and you add drops into it, it doesn't look so decent. Now, if you have drops, the quarterback can't miss his bunnies. The quarterback misses bunnies, you can't have drops. But having both of them turns into what you saw yesterday. Having drops and the quarterback missing throws, that turns into both. Because even he had some throws that I thought were spot on that were either defended or dropped. But then he also had some throws that I felt should have been easy layups, and they weren't. But again, that goes back to what we say. The 2 passes to D-Rob is a microcosm of everything. The 2 early passes. The one where he was open and Lamar missed it. Then one where Lamar threw him a dime in the end zone and he dropped it. So you can't have both. You got to have one without the other. I think Oliver had a good day, despite his 1 drop. Oliver came in with likely being out. Kohler not ready yet. Boyer not really a factor. Oliver came in and did a decent job as a second tight end, blocking and catching the ball, even though he had that 1 drop. I think overall for Lamar, the pass catchers let him down tremendously. Whether it be not getting open, and I can't really tell the openness of the receivers until I see the all 22, but just from the TV angle and the way he just said sit there and pat it and look and move and whatever, I felt like guys weren't open. And the only people that can really tell if they were open now are the people that were at the game and the people that have the all 22 already. Other than that, I won't know until I look at it later today or tomorrow. But I don't think they were open. I don't think there was much separation getting. Ricard had 1 less target than D-Rob and the same amount of targets as DJ. Why, man? Why? We threw a screen to the guy, hit him in the flats on a play, which I was cool with that. We got 9 yards on that one. He probably should have had more carries, honestly. Probably should have had 3 carries in them short yardage situation if I want to keep it above. Probably should have had more carries than he did targets. Only 3.3 yards per carry for Gus. That's an anomaly. I think I'm going to take a deeper look at why. Gus normally gets you for 5 at least. 3.3 per carry. I got to really take a look at that O-line and see what's going on. Team stats. I'm going to talk about that for a minute. We won first downs, 24-18. We won third down, 57% to their 30%. We outrushed them, 162 yards to 38. They outpassed us by 50 yards, 49 yards. We only had 3 penalties. 1, 2, 3. Only had 3 penalties. And we won time possession. Still lost. All those team stats in our favor, still lost. What's the excuse for that? I don't really know of one, honestly. I don't really know of one. Let's take a look at the drive chart early in the game, and this will tell you how many points we just left, or give you an idea of how many points we just left on the field. First drive, we got a field goal. That's when I think Lamar missed D-Rob on the open deep cross or whatever. Second drive, we got a field goal. I think that's the possession where D-Rob dropped the ball in the end zone. Um, Third possession, we got a fumble. Well, they got a fumble. We fumbled. I think that was on the fourth down when Lamar had to try to extend extra to get it because he wasn't going to get it, and he fumbled it. I think that's what that drive is. Fourth possession, another field goal. Fifth possession, end of the half. That's 3-3. So 6. That's at least 8 points in the first half that we left out there. Those 2 red zone possessions where we got field goals. That's at least 8 points. And there were probably other situations where there were points left out there, but early in the game, you left 8 points out there. And somebody said it in my chat box when we was watching on the watch show, or the watch party. They said, we've done all this, and if the Jags get one good drive, they're in the lead. And that happened after the fumble. They got one. They gave them momentum because we were dominating them. Gave them momentum. They got that touchdown. They were up 6-7. We ended up being up 9-7, or maybe something like that. You know, we going back up 9-7. I don't think at halftime. I think it might have been 10-7. But still, we were dominating them for the first half. And that fumble, that fourth down that we didn't get, turned the tide. It like woke them up, so to speak. Another team stat. And we dominated time possession for the first 3 quarters. But in the fourth quarter, they had about 10 minutes and 23 seconds. We only had it 4 minutes and 37 seconds. Total flip flop of what was going on when it mattered. Peters and Brandon Stevens, they're a problem on defense. And I know I say the defense got all the groceries, which they do. Y'all know they do. But Peters, his play the last 3 weeks, even though he played somewhat decent last week, people are going at his neck. Like seriously going at his neck, and he's not responding in a way that I feel like in his heart he should. Because I feel like Peters is a different kind of competitor. Peters is the ultimate competitor, but either he's hurt or he's falling off the cliff because people are going at his neck with average guys. Average guys. And Peters was not considered average up until probably recently. But Peters they're going at him, and Stevens really is just not an outside corner. He's not. Because they're bumping Marlowe in to do slot stuff, and Peters is not an outside guy. I don't think Pepe is an outside guy. I think we're going to have to leave Marlowe outside, have to leave Peters outside, and then find somebody, Pepe, Brandon, or Derek, somebody to play that slot corner. Because when you move Marlowe inside the play slot, they just go to work on the outside guys. And Peters already, they working on him too. So it's like they was trying to figure out where Marlowe was and just don't throw it there. That's what it looked like to me, and it worked for him, especially in the second half. And kind of wrap this thing up. Ricard had 74% of the plays yesterday. That's more than Oliver, who we all say produced more on offense for him. It's more than D-Rob, which is what it is with his drops and being open. That's more than Gus. It's more than Prochet. And Prochet really didn't do much, but still, there are some situations where there are obviously past situations, and Ricard's still in the game. So I think those snaps should go to, I say Prochet, but to any receiver. Tylen Watt, somebody that's a real threat down the field. I also had more snaps than DJ. And we know DJ is limited with his age and his health and whatnot. But still, you saw what he did with the few opportunities he got. The safety voided his cover 2 lane, and DJ just outran others. And, you know, when I first saw it happen, I thought it was going to be a touchdown. I think I yelled touchdown, and then he just caught it and went down. But it's my 2 cents, man. I'm really frustrated about what I saw yesterday. But I will say this. I'm not going to complain too much about the offense because you're probably going to get tired of me saying it, and you may even stop watching because I'm going to keep saying it. The defense has all the groceries. I gave us a 17 to 23 point window offensively. If we score that many points, The defense should hold somebody under 23 points based off what they got over there. We got over 23 points and we lost. So I think my assessment of what the offense can do is spot on. It's spot on. The defense they're gonna have to stop people all the time. They're gonna have to get turnovers. Hell, they may even have to score. Because offensively, it's not it. And the one guy that I thought I could trust outside of Lamar pretty much failed me yesterday, and that was Mark. So where we go from here, I do not know. Pretty abysmal loss yesterday. Pretty, it's like a gut punch, like you got stabbed. But I'm gonna end it on this. This is my 2 cents. I don't have any insiders, no sources. I try not to buy a lot of jerseys because of the way the NFL, the NBA, MLB, the way the players change teams now. So I try not to buy a lot of jerseys unless I really feel like a cat is going to be on a team for a while. My last jersey was a Lamar purchase. I don't know. I don't feel like that jersey is going to get its worth.